Hey folks, welcome back to my channel, Relationship Haven. I hope you're all having a fantastic day or evening wherever you are. In today's story, OP's wife cheated on him while she was on a business trip, then came home stating she wanted to divorce him and marry her affair partner. OP then kicked her out and served her with divorce. Now she's begging for mercy after her life has turned into a complete wreck. In today's second story, OP found out that his best friend cheated on him with his girlfriend of 2 years and needs advice on how to proceed. Now, let's get into today's stories. I'm living in a foreign country for work, so I don't have many friends here, and certainly no family. My wife went away to work somewhere more exciting for a few months, and she came home 2 days ago and told me our marriage was over. She's had some mental health problems in the past, and she apparently met someone who could better support her through them. So a 9-year relationship, 2-year marriage is gone now. I feel like crap. 2 days ago, she came home. I had the flowers, her favorite food, everything ready. She walked in the door and told me we were done. I was destroyed. Yesterday, I would randomly break down, probably 3 or 4 times. Today, I'm sure I have 1 or 2 of those breakdowns still ahead of me and 1 behind me. I'm talking to lawyers, but we are both foreigners to the country, so lawyers are looking into it before committing to the paperwork. Right now, it looks simple. She wants what's hers and intends to leave me with what is mine. And so far, there are no disagreements over what belongs to whom. We have no kids, and she doesn't want the cat. So the logistics seem sorted out enough, foreign country aside. Despite all that, I can't stop thinking about her. Everything I do is something we do. Anything I watched was something we would watch. Even the games I play, places I visit. Those are games we would play, places we would visit. She was such a huge part of my life, and while I'm sure it's cliché, this whole mess really felt quite sudden. I tried to see if there were any grounds to stay together on, but she was very forward in admitting that while she was away, she cheated on me. She offered the sex, and she didn't regret it, twice. Before those revelations, I was willing, hopeful even, to have her in the spare room, willing to try and work it out. Hell, I might have even been able to work with the first one. Maybe, probably not, the second thing on that list. But each one of those things hit harder than the last. I told her she needed to go. Her mom is nearby, and we would sort everything out later. When she finally left the house that night, I was just a shell. I suppose it makes the wondering why or who or what's easy, but accepting the reality is far from it. She says she never cheated before, and since she was so forward with everything above, there's no reason not to believe her. I'm still young, 29, but that makes it feel worse. I've shared almost a third of my life with this girl. Halloween was always her favorite, and Christmas tied for a close second. Both of those are around the corner, and for the first time in almost a decade, and really as an adult, I'll be spending them without the girl I promised to spend my life with. Despite all that, I keep checking Facebook, checking texts, hoping for the message that tells me it was all a joke, a mistake, or a dream. Despite all that, I want her here. I miss her so much. I loved her so much. Also, add 1 to my breakdown tally up there. Sucks. Thanks for listening. Update. Hey all. 5 months ago, my ex-wife left me in a pretty brutal way. Wasn't sure if I would post an update. Here I am though. Shortly after the split, she was back and forth over if she actually wanted our relationship to end. She would call to see how I was doing, and I would start to give in. Then she would say something off enough to remind me what I was actually going through. Conversations ended when I would just ask for info I was missing for the lawyers. Eventually, she said she would not talk to me, but only through the lawyer. Then she would try and reach out for something directly to me. And that cycle repeats quite a bit. She showed up around midnight at the house around a week after she told me that we were done. And that whole night left me pretty destroyed. She opened the door with her key, which I took back, and just showed up. We talked. I tried to see if anything was worth salvaging, but I made it pretty clear the job of convincing me was with her. She didn't know what she wanted, but was still stuck by the fact that she didn't regret what she did. She left again that night, and the old phone calls happened. Less frequently, but still happened. I made it more and more clear I was moving forward with a divorce, and I would only slow that down if she could pull a miracle, starting with real remorse and ending with what would have likely been an actual miracle. The regret or miracle doesn't happen, and she turns pretty vindictive at some points. The calls turned into demands for money. She was touring the U.S. and hotels she couldn't afford, which turned into demands that I support her since she was legally still my wife. None of them worked out for her very well, but still got to me. Now I'm just waiting for the call from my lawyer confirming everything is complete. The agreements, documents, payments, etc. were sorted out by the end of December. The unfriending and unfollowing of her and her family was done by January. I forgot about her mom until I saw a random post on Facebook. I just need confirmation the courts are done. I've recently turned 30 and I'm still living in my not home country, so I've been hesitant to go out much. The worst part though, 100% the worst part, are the dreams. Being with her, happy in all sorts of awesome places, waking up beside her, seeing the smiles only to actually wake up in the dark and alone. That is the part that killed me, and while happening less, still kills me. I wish the dreams would stop, or I would wake up from the crappy 5-month one I've been having. I don't know when I'll start looking at relationships again. I've become pretty introverted, to be honest. The upside is my few friends are good at dragging me out when I should be out, but most of them are happily married, which isn't always what I want to be around. It's hard to replace someone you loved with all your heart, as much as I wouldn't mind getting on with that part. Anyways, thanks for the kind words so far. Appreciate all your faces. OP, I'm sorry to hear what you're going through. What she did was bad, especially how she gave you no explanation on why she cheated on you. I'm glad you have a bit of a support system where people are trying to help you out and be there for you. You really need that right now. I hope when you do consider going back into the dating world, you meet someone better than your ex-wife. You may not realize it right now, but she's doing you a favor. She cheated on you and doesn't regret it. Get through the divorce as quickly as possible and move on. She's already moved on. No need to stay hooked on a heartless cheater like your wife. You don't have to date yet if you're not ready for it. Continue to take time to heal as needed. I wish you the best of luck, OP. Now, let's get into today's second story. I don't want to be too detailed in case one of them finds this post, but long story short, my BFF confessed to me a few weeks ago that he had slept with my girlfriend of 2 years. Initially, it went as you would expect. I slugged him in the head, went home, threw all my ex's garbage outside in the rain, and told her to come get it. I didn't even hear what she had to say because I honestly didn't care. Our relationship was done. I went no contact with them both for a few days while it cooled down, while they both messaged and called me constantly trying to apologize and explain themselves. Then I started looking at this without an emotional lens and came to the conclusion that while my friend had betrayed me, my relationship with my ex was only between me and her to maintain. The chances are that if she was willing to cheat on me with my best friend, she was willing to cheat on me with other men too. To top this all off, he confessed to me himself. I didn't discover it. Taking all of this into consideration, am I wrong for feeling a little gratitude? This could have been so much worse if she was cheating with someone else and I never found out, eventually marrying her. I was actually planning on proposing on New Year's. I firmly believe that once a cheater, always a cheater, so by accepting her advances, he saved me so much headache in the future. I called and told him that I forgave him. It was a little rough after that, but since then we've gotten close again and pretty much back to being best friends. My ex called me recently screeching that it wasn't fair that I forgave him, but not her. And other people have been weirded out too by how unaffected our friendship is by this. But I don't think I'm wrong. In a way, this was a test for her before I finally went down on one knee and she failed spectacularly. OP, I think you were acting a bit blindsided in making a decision. Yes, your girlfriend cheated on you, which is unforgivable. But your best friend also betrayed your trust and consensually got involved with your girlfriend intimately. And your reason for forgiving him is because he told you about it. That still does not in any way make up for the fact that he, as your best friend, completely betrayed your trust by sleeping with your girlfriend. The way I see it is the two closest people in your life completely betrayed you. You need to immediately cut both of them out of your life. I understand it's a tough decision to make, but if your best friend truly cared about you as a friend, he would have never done something like this. Let's see what the comments had to say about the situation. The Hero 42 said, "We see your point, but you can't have a snake like him in your life. He cheated on you too. He could have told you what was happening, but instead he accepted her advances. The friendship between you and him wasn't important to him. A snake. Also, the fact that she admitted he was just going to keep it a secret. He is a snake indeed." Thanks for taking the time to listen to today's stories. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and comment below on what your thoughts are on today's stories. If there's a story you would like to share with me about your own situation or someone else's, then please do not hesitate to contact me. Take care, everyone.